I collected my first insulator probably, maybe it would have been late 70s, something like that. I was skiing in Colorado and cross-country skiing on top of a high pass, and I saw these telephone poles sticking out of the snow, and the cross arms were just about knee level. It was pretty easy to unscrew the insulator, so I picked a couple off and put them in my pack, my little day pack that I was skiing with. It went several more years until I was stationed in Colorado Springs, being an Air Force guy. In fact, I'm a retired Air Force person, and they had a flea market, a famous flea market in Colorado Springs that was at the dog track. I noticed these people had more of these insulators, and they were 25 cents or 50 cents like that, and I thought, wow, gee, I'm not the only one that has these things. So I picked a couple of them up just because they were interesting, and scientific things do kind of interest me, and so I got maybe 10 or 15 or 20 of these things, and I went down to the library, and I'll be darned, but if they didn't have a couple of books about insulators, glass insulators. I called the guy up, and I told him that I found these things in the flea market, and I saw his book and talked all kinds about the various kinds, and I got involved with these guys in Denver. It was a good group, and it was easy to deal with these guys in terms of remembering their names because they were all named Mike. These guys led me to get more involved with the hobby, and I joined the National Insulator Association. In that process, about the same time, that would have been maybe 1985 or 6. Soon after that, a guy came to me, and his name was Ranke, Don Ranke, Colorado Springs, and he was the information director for the NIA. And back in those days, the information director was the person that, people had questions, they called up and wanted information, you'd call to the information director, because he knew when the shows were going to be and how to get involved and so forth. And the extra duty that Don had, or the information director had, was to be the drip points editor. And he explained it, and he said, yeah, that can't be that hard. My wife has done newsletters. I've done newsletters before for other organizations. So I took on that post, and I think I was drip points editor for 5 years, something like that. And that led to a escalating involvement with the NIA. And, I became the regional vice president, Western Region vice president after that, and then president after that, and then past president, and then by the time it was over, I was on the board for like 15 years. I got attached to the insulators with copper on the top, the copper tops, famous copper tops. And I brought 2 of them home as hand luggage from Australia on the airplane with me. But that drove me to study these things and, learn about the company, and so I kind of became the recognized authority on copper tops. And I've done 2 exhibits on that, written a couple articles for the Crown Jewels on that, maybe 1 in drip points. That's following my dream.